right. So we're in Denver with District Attorney Kamala from San Francisco, and we're talking about what she's doing out here, what she thinks about the convention, and the role of civil rights at the convention. Her thoughts on that. So,
Thank you. It's so wonderful to be here. I've enjoyed being in Denver these past few days, and I think it's just so very exciting. And, there is a direct relationship, to be sure, between what has led up to this convention, what has occurred at this convention, and everything that we hope are the ideals of a democracy. There's a real connection, because a democracy, I believe, is defined and symbolized by many things, including a process that is fair and allows everyone to be heard. It is defined by an environment that allows everyone's experience to be recognized. I think it is also defined by the existence of a constitution and a love of that constitution and an adherence to the principles of that constitution. And what we have in the process as we've come to Denver is all of that. We have now, in particular, a nominee in Barack Obama, who is someone who is personally dedicated as a constitutional lawyer to thinking about and caring about making sure that we respect and not butcher the Constitution of the United States. He is someone in his own career who has been an organizer of communities around making sure the voiceless are heard and that their voice is represented. And he is someone who is a direct beneficiary of the struggle in this country for civil rights. And he has an acute knowledge, I believe, of that and the importance of making sure that there is a commitment ongoing in our country to civil rights and civil liberties.
in November, if Barack Obama were to be elected president, what work do you think the country still has to do to push him to be certain that we have, progress in civil rights, and that the rollback over the last 20 years is reversed, and that the Supreme Court is taken into consideration from progressive perspectives?
One of the issues that I believe will be addressed by a Democratic administration is reviving the Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department, which unfortunately has been diminished under the current administration over the last 8 years. There is a lot of good work in the history of this country that has happened through the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice and needs to continue to happen. And that relates to everything from human and civil rights in the traditional context to what we should be doing in terms of environmental justice and what we should be doing in terms of just looking and recognizing that there are still challenges on every level around issues such as hate crime, human trafficking, and other crimes that frankly need a priority from the Department of Justice to be addressed.
And what work do you think needs to be done before the election in order to get Barack Obama elected president?
The work we need to do before the election in order to elect Barack Obama is we need to go to those swing states and talk with the voters there about why we care about this election and why the outcome is important to all of us. We need to register as many voters as possible and ensure that they have the opportunity and ability to vote either by absentee process or on election day. We need to recommit ourselves every day to talking with our neighbors, our friends, and our family about our future and the fact that when they cast that vote, they will be casting a vote about our future, and we hope that they will take that seriously and have us in mind and have our interests and our desires in mind when they cast that vote.
How would a Barack Obama presidency change what you can do and what you do as DA of San Francisco?
A Barack Obama candidacy will have an impact on my life as District Attorney of San Francisco because it will, I think, reinforce the point that government exists to benefit the public. It is not here to harm or neglect the public. And certainly one of the challenges for us in law enforcement is always to have relationships of trust with the communities that we impact. By having a president of the United States who is the chief elected person in government in our country, be someone who has integrity, someone who is respectful, again, of the Constitution and of due process, I think will reinforce as a symbol for many people the idea that government can and is good when it is administered in a good way.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.